First things first, I don't have a pop filter. I'm sorry. Anyways, welcome to episode 1, season 1 of What is Drum? This is hopefully going to function as an absolute bottom line of where to start learning about drums. Okay. I'll be assuming a few things during these sets of videos. I assume that you know that music is a thing that happens. You hear sounds that are happening and you're like, ooh, that is music. You know that is music exists. And you might listen to it. And you might be interested in it. You see drums in videos or when you listen into live music, you just want to know more about them. I'm going to be assuming those things. And if you want to learn more about drums and music in general, you've come to the right place. And know like basically nothing about the functions of either of those things. During these sets of videos, I'll be covering um, a lot of just general music stuff, but mostly it's all going to be geared towards drumming and how we think about drums. I'll tell you everything I know about drums, how to play them, different schools of thought, different techniques, some history, how to practice, stuff like that. Um, just a little bit about me. I am about to have a degree in music education. I'm in my last semester. I'm student teaching, though with the coronavirus, I'm more so doing this and teaching virtually. Um, but yeah, I teach privately. Oh yeah, I degree in music education, almost done. My primary instrument is percussion. I teach privately. I teach marching band, drumline, indoor percussion, front ensemble, and I gig when I can. Uh, I obviously care about this stuff, and from the first moment I heard drum and thought that was cool, it it will be in my life until my last moment in which I am dying. Hopefully not thinking about drum. I'll hopefully be thinking about other things. But through those moments, everything in my life is going to be somewhat related to drums. It means a lot to me. Um, that being said, if I say something about a thing that you or a viewer is an expert on, like let's say I say something about the history of the lug, and you're like, I built, my great grandfather invented the lug. Don't be, and you happen to know a lot about it. Don't be afraid to comment on the video, and if it all checks out, I'll highlight your comment. That way, I'm learning, others are learning, and that's kind of why I love YouTube. So let's do that. Uh, anyway, what is the foundation of drumming and drums in general? The top priority is the practice and understanding of steady beat. Do you remember in elementary school possibly playing games or songs in your music class, if you had one of those, that are like, I pick up the stick and I set it down. I pick up the stick and I set it down. I love picking up sticks, set it down here. And here I go again. Uh, that was off the dome. You were practicing steady beat. And your elementary music teacher was trying to teach you steady beat in some way and help you like get some sort of idea for that. Some people dance. There's also schools of thought where the best way to learn it is just through dance, but some learn it through song, some learn it through games like that. Um, every musician needs steady beat. That's why they teach it to you at a young age in your elementary music class. But percussionists need to be really dedicated to it because our instruments are so precise in how they produce sound. You hit a drum and it creates a bang, pop, boom at the exact moment your implement contacts the drum. Other musicians play their instruments and there's a slight latency in how the vibrations of the instrument react to the player activating them. And even if those sounds are super prepared, precise on their end, there's still the diffusion of sound because of the breath or the strings that create a natural airiness and ambiguity to the start of the sounds. Drums, mallets, these instruments have the least latency in sound production. when you listen to a string section of an orchestra, you don't listen to the sound of the bow the moment the sound travels across, or the moment the bow travels across the strings. You don't listen to that. You hear the instrument reacting to that, those strings vibrating, and the body of the instrument singing. When you hear a clarinet, you aren't hearing the breath hitting the reed and the mouthpiece. You're hearing the reed vibrate in reaction to the breath that's moving between it and the mouthpiece, and then that vibration fills the instrument. When you hit something with an implement, you hear the implement vibrating as well as whatever it hits at the exact same time. That's kind of the difference there. And if you think I'm over explaining now, just wait for the rest of these videos. Since percussionists have the least amount of wiggle room in when our sound is truly being produced and heard, our need to create steady rhythm is amplified, right? It's paramount. And what we're going to be talking about next, in the next video, is how do we practice steady rhythm, how do we think about it, and how we, go about that.